Hello, welcome back to our channel. I'm sure you guys have been following us during this restoration of this OBX or OB, what is it, Levi? What do you call this thing? An OB what? OBS. So what does that stand for? Somebody like me might not know, but these young ones, like that one back there walking, knows exactly what a BS is. Old body style. But anyhow, we are moving along and we want to share with you our next steps of what we're doing. And that's changing the oil in this. You probably already know how to change the oil. But if you're here because you don't, or you'd like to see it being done, that's what we're doing next. So give us a thumbs up on your way in, and let's get this job done. Well, what's the first thing to do with this? Get this ready. Well, we could do it right where it's at. Do we want to move it somewhere else? In the shade, maybe? Looks like it's running downhill a little bit, so we want to maybe bring it up. He's going to get the car ramps. That way we can put them under the front of this truck to bring it up just a little bit, to make it a little bit more accessible and a little more enjoyable to do. Now we got lined up where we want it. Levi's gonna put these handy dandy Black Widow plastic ramps in front. There we have it up on the ramps down here, and it's nice and level. Now that we had the engine running a little bit, warm up that oil, circulate all that water, moisture, condensation, or whatever's been in that thing for the last 10 years, and we're gonna drain it out. When you do something like this, what's the first thing you do? You make sure the parking brake's on, or emergency brake, some people call it different things, and chalk the wheels, because you don't want this thing coming down on you while you're laying under it. Okay, you're probably wondering, what tools do I need to do this job? Great question. Well, we got our handy dandy tool set here, 9/16, and Levi's down under there, trying to break it loose already. It's broke loose. This is the oil filter. XG8A, huge oil filter, but back then they didn't make them smaller. And the oil pan, and you got it broken loose. That wasn't on there tight at all, was it? No. Now we're under here looking around. We see all kinds of oil and the transmission's leaking somewhere, so we'll have to investigate what that is all about. You want the oil nice and warm. That way it's all stirred up, like we mentioned earlier. Now, as he's pulling that out, I want to mention we are putting links in the description below of all the tools we're using in case it's something you would like to use. Really enjoy this oil pan that captures the oil, because there's a small hole in there. When you drop the lid or drop the drain plug, you don't have to worry. All right, how you making out there, Levi? You know what, the oil don't look too hateful, does it? It's not as black as what I anticipated, but then I think there is only, what, 500 miles on this oil change, even though it's been 10 years. Just let it drop. There she comes out. So there's a washer. There's a rubber washer on that. That's what we need to get, another washer.
Auto parts, here we come.
Amazon. Yeah. Here's another order. Seems like every order we put in is $100. What are we gonna do while that strains out? Oh, I know. We're going to take the oil filter off. That's what's next. But I didn't get it on camera. But the oil came out. Actually, it was kind of different colors as it came out, which tells me it needed change really bad from sitting for years. What do we do now? Pop the hood. Yeah. We got to take the filter off. Above the Ford emblem, there's a lever. Push down on it a little bit, and it opens right up. Now we got that old washer, brittle washer, taken off. I'll put it in the description below what for washer we're putting on this. Now you got your washer on there. Let me stick it up there and put it on. Then we'll go ahead and use your ratchet and tighten it up. See, I thought my truck, my 89, it had a copper washer on it. And you could use copper washer as well. 15-year-old muscles, get that off. Huh? You're going to, yep, you're turning it. I see it moving. Right, or are you slipping?
Nope, it's turning.
Now, if your filter's on there real tight, you could use one of these. And I'll put it in the description below what size you need for that. For those that can't get the filter off yourself. Now this filter is on the left side, the driver's side of the engine. Got the drain pan here in the right spot. Well, when you pull it off, turn it up this way so that the oil don't run down your arm.
There's a little slot there. There's a slot right here to drain it off.
Sit right there in the slot. And that's a Motorcraft FL1A. Now what we're going to do is take it out of the box.
Where are you going to prime it?
And we're going to double check and make sure it's the same size. And how you check that is you got the threaded hole in the middle. It looks like it should work. Now what you do is, see, you got to make sure the gasket's on here.
The seal's on there.
The seal.
And
not up there on the side of the engine. And you want to take your rag and wipe the side of the engine off to make sure it's nice and clean around there.
Right here.
Yep. Now take the filter and put a little bit of oil on the gasket. What I'm looking for is to make it smooth so it goes up against the block smoothly. Yep, like that. Reach up in there and you want me to do it since I'm on this side of the axle, front axle. There it is. And once it bottoms out like it just did, go about a half or to a 3/4 turn, to a whole turn maybe. But don't make it too tight because that makes it hard to get off. But you don't want it not tight enough, then it could leak. Left side of the engine, you can see the dipstick, and there's one top is the engine cap. Fill cap. Oh. There we got it. Let's check that out. What's it look like? Is that washer dry rotted?
It doesn't look dry rotted, but it's a little ripped over here.
It's a little ripped. I think it looks okay.
Good enough for our purposes.
Yep. Turn that around this way. Like that. This is the oil we're using. It's what's recommended. Now I like Mobil. It's truck and SUV oil, and it's good for 10,000 miles, although we're not going to run it that much. But this is 5 quarts, and it should take the whole bottle, the whole jug, 5 gallons, or not 5, yeah, 5 quarts, not 5 gallons, but 5 quarts. We have a link in the description below. We bought this off Amazon, and it come in just 2 days. Take your fingernail and break the seal. Might be good to use 2 hands. So how much you think you got poured in?
Just the whole thing.
Is there 1 quart left? Here, don't pour no more in. Let's I know it says 5 quarts, but let's just double check and pull the dipstick out and see what's on the end of it. Is there any on the end of it? Is it on the end? Nope, it's not on the end yet. I'll go ahead and pour the rest in. Now when you pour that all in, it's going to appear to be too much oil in the stick, but you have to turn the engine on to circulate a little bit so it fills up the oil filter, and then it should read perfect. And there you go. And then check it, see how it looks. What do we have on there? It is reading at the full mark. So put that in there, let's fire it up after you put the cap on. All right, shut her off. Yep, we're gonna need a new air filter, so that video will be coming soon. Go ahead and pull that dipstick and let's double check. See how good of a job you did, right?
Well, it might still be a little reading high because of the...
Here you gotta clean it off. Clean it off and stick it back down in there again to get a good reading. Right there is the full mark. You can see we're at the end of the arrow. between the two arrows where it's a hash mark is where you want the oil at, and we're just at the bottom. It says where it says add 1 quart, so we'll add a little bit more. So we got the oil changed, right? Took 5 quarts. I know the mark said it was a little bit low, but we didn't let the oil drain, so we are good with that. And what are we going to do next? We're going to tap into the transmission. Then we got the air filter, we got the cabin filter, we got all kinds of filters and changes and seals and all kinds of stuff. So give us a video a thumbs up on your way out if you enjoyed the content, and there'll be more to come. Till the next time, have a great day.